Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here. We're talking about my favorite thing in the entire world. Goddamn cryptocurrency. That's still right. Yes, yes. So another day in the markets. What we're going to do today in today's video is we are first going to check out what's going on with Bitcoin, because as I've been saying, whatever Bitcoin does in these next 2 to 3 weeks is going to define the next stages of our market. A bit clogged up today. I believe you hear me well. I've been noticing I've been having a bit of lag on my video. So if you do see lag in the video, please let me know. I'm trying to find the right VPN to connect to, because as you know, I'm not in a country which allows YouTube streaming, so I need to use VPN. Yeah, always been like that. Always been like that. So Bitcoin today is pretty much where it was yesterday, actually, almost exactly where it was yesterday, which is a good thing and a bad thing. We have been trying to trade Bitcoin successfully, and in this kind of market, especially in the holiday season, is Thanksgiving coming up. So that means that a lot of people are traveling and busy, where therefore the volume on the market is lower than usual. So that does make trading more difficult. But we're going to check out what's going on with Bitcoin today. If you're in the live chat, then let me know. We are live on YouTube at Crypto Mischief. We're live on X at Crypto Mischief, at SuiDex Coin, and at SuiDex HQ. Please check out SuiDex.org, the best DEX and yield farm passive income platform in crypto right now, in my opinion, because I made it. That's right. So if you're following along, please like and subscribe on YouTube or follow on X, wherever you're seeing this. That'd be great. I really much appreciate that as well. Let's get into the charts. No time to dilly daddle today. We've got to check out what's going on. Where is the chart? The chart's disappeared. Always happens live, doesn't it? Always happens live. Oh, just share the whole goddamn show. Right. Okay. So today for charts, yeah, Bitcoin on the 24-hour is down 0.3%. Pretty much just exactly where it was yesterday when we were live streaming. Everything across the board, we are still above $3 trillion market cap, which is great to see. So if we can hold this, then it is actually quite bullish. If we can hold this line, hold the line, Bitcoin. Make sure you don't go below this, because if we do, then yeah, there's going to be another dip down, I imagine, in prices. Generally across the board, things were very bullish yesterday. We were tracking some of them in the evening and things were really popping off. And then we kind of fell back down to the normal level and everything's kind of receded exactly where it was yesterday. So that's kind of what happens sometimes. We have very exciting moments during the day, and then suddenly things just retrace back to what they were before. In terms of the trending cryptocurrencies today, we do have Monad, who I believe had an airdrop and they launched their blockchain. I'm not involved with that, so I missed that one. We have Plume, that went up massively. I'm not involved with that. We have Rain. We got into the pre-sale for Rain with Genz VIP. If you did go in that pre-sale, I know some people went under me. It is now a $1.8 billion token, and you get vested your tokens that you bought in the Gems pre-sale. So I sold my entire bag of the vested tokens so far, and I made about 3 or 4x from that, and I still have a whole year of vesting to basically speculate on with Rain. So that's pretty good buy-in there. Pudgy Penguins, Solana meme coin, is trending for some reason, but it's not doing anything. It's also zero in volume. Zcash down. Solana outperforming Bitcoin once again. Solana has been outperforming Bitcoin for a couple of weeks now. If you didn't know that, now you do. Zion, 124% pump. Jeez Louise. Some of these pumps are coming out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. And that's pretty much the trending for this. Biggest losers. You want to see the biggest losers? We all like to revel in a loser sometime. Top gainers and top losers. Top losers today. Merlin. Remember that one? Bitcoin chain down 26%. Oh dear. We have Fyro, which was pumping last week. It's down 12%. We have Telcoin, which was pumping, down 8%. That's too bad. We have also got Swarm Network. Oh dear, down 6%. God, it's gone down a fair bit actually. Let's have a look. Market cap 51 million. It did start 35 million, so we're still up on the trend, but we are retracing down from that 100 million peak, which we did have with Swarm. It's too bad. Let me know, guys, if we can come through loud and clear so that I know that everything's good on my end. And Grass down 5%. Coming up on the gainers, any other gainers today? We have Deepbook on Sui. Nice to see some Sui projects gaining. SPX 6900, the Murad coin up 16%. You know, if this goes up, meme coin mania will, be back. So because we all know Murad Mustop Murad, the meme coin guru, the pen of the meme coin super cycle. Up on the calendar today, November 26th for me. What do we have today to look forward to that might move the charts? We have the federal budget balance, exciting stuff there. We have the official cash rate. We have the press conference. We have economic expectations. Germany's 10-year bond auction. They did sell all their Bitcoin, so that doesn't really matter. Unemployment claims, that's a big one. Richie by name says loud and clear on YouTube. Very good. Good to see. Unemployment claims, this came in early actually. So forecast is 226,000 people with unemployment claims. Previous was 220. They can only hide this for so long. The whole idea that people in America are not suffering from rising unemployment, they're trying to kind of sweep it under the rug. The pause of essentially the government services last month meant that they could not announce the numbers properly. They kind of just hit them and said, "Oh, we didn't really track them properly because no one was working, so therefore we're not going to show our unemployment numbers properly." They've managed to escape it this time, but another way of seeing the rising unemployment in the United States is the claims in unemployment. So this could be a little dent, but I wouldn't really think it's going to do much because it's that season. It is Thanksgiving time, so I don't think really much is going to be happening in terms of going up or down. We're probably going to be very choppy. Choppy means it's an extremely difficult market to trade, right? Very difficult market to trade right now. You're probably going to lose. Statistically, you are probably going to lose if you are going to try trade this market. I was looking earlier at, what's going on with over here. Do have, we're getting tight. Things are getting tight. This is back to 24th of November, 2 days ago. We're tightening. The noose is tightening. This is 1 minute. Generally, I'm just trading the 1 minute at the moment because it's that kind of market, isn't it? We're not going to see, I don't think, huge moves up or down in any other way. Like yesterday, what did we see? We saw a 1.4% move here. I mean, quite hard. You need to either really hike up your leverage there and put yourself in massive risk. So 2% sweep there. It's very high risk because to be able to capture from this, you either need to go in really hard, so 3% shift here. You have to go really hard with severely, a large amount of capital to get a pretty good gain on a trade out of this, or you need to really hike up that leverage. And the higher you put your leverage, the closer you are to being liquidated at any point, any flash crash, any flash pump, you might lose everything. I know because it happens to me very often. That's right. Very often. We are watching, liquidation heat maps. This is a pretty cool tool if you want to track these kind of things. Coinglass.com. You can come and check where the liquidity is being pulled into, right? So from this, you can see it's going to load up wherever the yellow is, and the green and the yellow is the heaviest, essentially places where people can get liquidated. Generally, the chart will pull up to where that is. So at the moment, like it's been for the last couple of days, we're pretty close. But we do see tighter ranges up top, meaning that possibly the price could be pulled up top. Today I'm trading on MEXC. I moved from trading on Bluefin to trading on MEXC because yesterday I was trading on Bluefin over here. And what happened was the chart went down. Their feed went down. Couldn't believe it. So from 12 till for a pretty good long amount of time, the feed died, which meant that all of the trades, which I was either up or down in, completely stalled, which wasn't very good. And that kind of took my lunch. So decided that I'll just go over to SEX because they do have better tracking for trading in. So at the moment I'm on MEXC. They do have more chart tools available on MEXC as well. And they do have an AI analytic portal, which is pretty fun. So they'll analyze the market for you. You can add calls only, but you can't take away calls. I'd rather not listen to KOLs, to be honest, but I'd rather just see the AI telling me what's happening. But we're going to get some people of influence telling me as well. AI summary for you all today. BTC market sentiment is bullish. Yeah, the sentiment indicator is rising, which may drive short-term capital inflows into Bitcoin. That's the title of today's video. Is an article that I was reading about Gen Z and the fact that they're skipping the dip. Bitcoin's dipped, stocks have dipped, Nvidia dipped, S&P dipped, and Gen Z did not purchase in. Boomers were buying. The old boys were buying, and Gen Z were also kind of the old boys, but younger than the really old boys, skipped the dip. What does that mean? We're going to look into that in a little bit once we kind of try and figure out how I'm going to set up this trade. So, what I've been watching, let's get back over to the chart. What I've been watching is essentially things getting tight, right? Very tight. We're tightening. We zoom out here. You can see back from the 20th of November, we're forming tighter and tighter move from the bottom to the top. We have on Kick. I see someone on Kick. We're also on Kick, by the way, if you use Kick. No boomers on Kick, I'm sure. Hey, Crypto Mischief, how are you? Love your content. I'm doing very well today. Thank you very much for asking. I was pretty busy this morning doing some exercise, looking at some charts. Gonna finish the stream, go pick up my kid from school. He's got his viola practice today, so he likes that moment they're learning some kind of Christmas song. And I'm preparing for going back to Scotland in Christmas to see my family, so that'll be a really nice time. Because I'm Scottish, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so really looking forward to the December time, festive season. In terms of things going on in China, I'm getting ready to launch the winter menu for my bar here, bar restaurants. We have a nice winter menu with steak and Guinness pie. We are making some interesting burgers using stuffing and roast chicken, cranberry sauce, brie, and training up the chef at the moment on how to essentially cook that kind of food. Nice. We do follow each other, or what? I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. So yeah, we're getting tight. And generally, when things tighten and tighten and tighten, you can only get so tight before something's going to pop. We're either going to pop to the top, bull flag, or we're going to pop to the bottom. It's all over, right? So the decision is yours, which way we're going to go. For me, I haven't made a trade. I'm not sitting on zero trade at the moment. I'm just watching this and seeing if, for example, it can peak above this line of resistance that I've drawn here, then sure, then I'll possibly take the long. If we break out of this line of resistance, which hasn't really been done since, when is that? The 21st. It's been 5 days. If it breaks below that, then definitely that might be the short. I'm just going to play it by ear. Like I said, the market today is extremely choppy. You're playing around with such small margins of pump and dump that you're not going to make anything unless you really risk it. So I would suggest watching and learning. Don't go big. Wait for the holiday season to finish, and then you can get higher volume, and then you might be able to get larger moves on the chart. As we see, overall, I'm still bearish. I do think that we are going down, and that's just the way it is because I believe in the 4-year cycle. And there's a couple other things that I think have gone kind of strange to Bitcoin. I want to talk about them in another video. Today, I want to talk about Gen Z. I'm just going to give you a list of things that are a bit weird about Bitcoin right now. And you can tell me if you agree. Weird things about Bitcoin right now. Number one, what was it? November 10th is the day they say crypto broke, right? This huge liquidation happened. A market maker went rogue, apparently, right? Why? How did that happen? What went wrong? What broke, right? Yesterday, I was joking saying, Sui Trump did it. Possibly it was Sui Trump, but I don't think it was, really. The same time, this is conspiracy, right? Same time, on that very same day, there was a new update made to Bitcoin Core. Now, if you don't know, Bitcoin Core is how Bitcoin remains decentralized. Essentially, it's a ledger of everything happening on Bitcoin that's held inside of 30 to 40,000 individuals across the world who store everything that's happening on Bitcoin on their computer or on their hard drive. The Bitcoin Core V30 upgrade increased the size of the OP returns so that large JPEGs and small MP4s could be also stored in the OP return of Bitcoin, meaning that if you're running a Bitcoin Core, that means that all of those files will now be inside your core. This has caused huge debate inside of Bitcoin because That means that, for example, if someone malicious wanted to put something bad on Bitcoin, we'll call it CP, right? Then that would be on the hard drive of every single Bitcoin Core runner. And if you ever got in any problem, can you imagine you're trying to decentralize the network? You're a Bitcoin fanboy and you love running your core. There's some issue with your computer. They search it and they find that inside your computer because of this new advancement. So essentially, there's an argument now going on between Bitcoin maxis saying, should we roll things back and make it so that this cannot happen? The amount in the OP return should be small enough that this has to be fragmented and can't be one whole file. That happened on that day. And there was also that Michael Saylor FUD, MicroStrategy FUD, that the powers that be on Wall Street want to remove MicroStrategy and any Bitcoin treasury companies from indexers, which would be massive FUD as well. Those two news stories broke on the same day that the market started tumbling. So that's quite strange. Oh, we'll talk about that another day. Today we're talking about Gen Z. So we'll watch this trade and we'll see if it plays out or not. We'll see. I'm probably not gonna trade anything in this video. We're just gonna go through what's happening. Chill stream. Enjoy yourself. Get a cup of tea. Have a listen. News today. The news with Crypto Mischief. News story number 1. Yeah, so I actually found this on Instagram, right? I don't have a Crypto Mischief Instagram. Generally, Instagram is full of AI slop. And I thought initially this was AI slop. Gen Z is skipping the dip while boomers buy. But Gen Z are generally people from 1985 to 2005, I think, born. Around about then, 1970 to 2005 would be Gen Z. Boomers would be before 1975. And after that, I guess we have Generation X. So Gen Z would be the 30 to 40 to 45-year-old individuals in this world right now who were brought up with the internet from very small age, from childhood. For example, me, I am 40, and when I first saw the internet was when I was about 6 or 7, I believe, and I saw my dad doing something on the internet. I was like, what is that? Right. So we've been brought up with the internet. We were first introduced to Bitcoin, and we would have had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin in the first week that it was out if we'd have known about it, right? And we pulled the trigger. I'm sure you all wish you did pull the trigger on Bitcoin in the first weeks that it came out, or the first year, or the first 5 years. But don't worry, now is your chance now because you're watching Crypto Mischief. You can buy Bitcoin right now. So you can still buy it. But Gen Z are not buying it. Why? Why are they not buying it? Now, let's think about this logically. It says Gen Z investors are showing caution as their riskier bets on Bitcoin and short interest plays lose steam. Pullback in high risk assets has slowed their dip buying, while Gen X investors continue to focus on the Mag 7 and AI driven mega caps like Nvidia. Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, and Palantir led the list of popular buys as experienced investors leaned into strength. So the old boys are buying into strength, and the younger, but not so young, Gen Z are not. They're holding back. They're not buying the dip. Older investors are treating the downturn as an opportunity, underscoring a clear generational divide in market behavior, with the most in-demand names belonging to firms with solid balance sheets. Now, if I think about this, in my opinion, that also would mean that a Gen Z is still working, paying high bills, and trying to be responsible and save for their future, whereas a Gen X is already retired with probably disposable income and to buy the dip with. It's not very I'm not jumping to conclusions here when across the board in most countries in the world it does seem like Gen Z are not as financially well off as they were, say, 5 years ago, in terms of inflation hitting very hard, unemployment rising, cost of living rising, house property rising, cost of education rising, right? So it does mean that there is less money in the pocket of, say, a Gen Z compared to a Gen X, a boomer. And at the same time, we've already had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin for 15 years. Maybe they've gotten bored of it. Maybe they are looking into doing other things. Maybe bloom is off the rose for Bitcoin, and it's not something that they're interested in investing in anymore. Could be. There are many ways to skin a cat. Fear and greed, Extreme fear. We're in extreme fear still. Are you scared? Are you? Are you in extreme fear? Are you? Are you scared? I'm not very scared, to be honest. I don't generally fear market market movement. It doesn't really bother me. But we have fear and greed here, so we're in extreme fear. 15. It did go all the way down to 12. So we are coming up in the fear. There's a bit of hope around Bitcoin at the moment. It's not looking good. Everyone's expecting it to tumble. Really, I think if it did tumble, if the price did tumble in Bitcoin, I don't think anyone would be that shocked. To be honest, how are we doing on the trade? We're still, uh, oh, see, it comes out there. If this comes in, I'm in. I'm in. If you're going for it, I'm going for it. You know, 89's in play. Is 89,000 in play? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Right. So more information on that. Gemini survey finds more than half of Gen Z own crypto. So here's another sign of this, right? More than half of Gen Z owns crypto. The crypto industry is at a turning point in 2025 with global policy and regulatory announcements paving the way for a future where digital assets are fully integrated into the financial system. We have now the Bitcoin ETF, we have the Ethereum ETF, we have XRP ETF. Today, the Dogecoin ETF was released, I believe. So, Dogecoin, you can now build an ETF portfolio with your doggy coins that is fully integrated into the financial traditional system. At this critical juncture, understanding the attitudes of Gen Z is key in building inclusive, innovative crypto products for decades to come. Widely regarded as the most tech savvy and forward thinking generation, they will play a pivotal role in shaping the adoption, regulation, and long term success of crypto. Today, the Gemini team is sharing their insights. Quite interesting. Number of people that owned or had owned cryptocurrency, Gen Z or general population. So in the USA, 50% of Gen Zs have owned crypto, basically Bitcoin or some random pump.fun meme coin. I'm going to say Bitcoin. UK 53%, Singapore 50, France 47. General population 35%. 35% of the general population at some point have owned Bitcoin. I don't know if that's correct, to be honest. Gen Z is optimistic about regulation. Come on. Kidding me? Optimistic about regulation. I'm not optimistic about anything that has the word regulation in it. Zero of the words, zero of any meaning. Get thesaurus and show me regulation, and I will tell you every single one of them that I'm not optimistic about. Regulation is the death of art. When asked about the need for increased government regulation in crypto, 31% globally said they strongly agree, compared to 46% of the population. While establishing regulatory frameworks are still being rolled out, this suggests that Gen Z has a more optimistic view of the industry's efforts to govern crypto. Come on, guys. Regulation, they're rolling out now because, like I say, I live in China, right? So here's something about regulation that you're going to have to get used to, right? So for me, I live in China. I first came here in 2011 and I've come back and forth since. Now it's commonplace, right? That at any point, anywhere you go outside, possibly inside, if your fridge is watching you or whatever, or your phone and there might be tapped into your phone, they have facial recognition everywhere, right? Every place that you are outside or in any establishment, they're going to be facially scanning you so they have a track of every single person in a 1.6 billion population country and what they're doing, where they are, what their movement history is, what they're doing with their payments, because everything is online as well, right? Through WeChat now. Everything is tracked, and everyone here loves it. They love it. They say that China is the safest place that exists in the whole world, right? I'm not going to give you my opinion on that because I live here and I'd rather not. But in the free world of the United Kingdom, Sainsbury's, popular supermarket Sainsbury's, has begun rolling out facial recognition software at the entrances of their supermarkets. That's right. So now in the UK, get ready for it, Nanny State UK. While you're shopping, soon in the high street near you, you will be facially recognized and a database will be built up of your shopping habits. This is only the first step towards full rollout facially recognition technology across every single CCTV camera in the whole country, because that's what they have here. Every single camera is watching you, tracking you, scanning your face. They know exactly what you're doing. They know who you are. You can't get away with it. There's no escape. There's no escape. You just got to behave yourself. Regulation. Come on. Gonna get rid of that page. Okay, some other news on crypto. What else is going on in the world? Asia morning briefing. Asia wakes up to AI BTC Nvidia tailwind that's already starting to sputter. Trump. Oh yeah, Trump did ask Palantir to build a database on all Americans. Yeah, it's the logical step, to be honest. If we're moving towards digitized currency, that can therefore ledger and track everything you're doing with every dollar that you own, then the other side step to that is to have fully working facial recognition software to follow every single person on the globe, knowing what they're doing with their money, knowing what they're doing with their hobbies. And of course, there's a safety benefit to that. That's what every person in China says. China is the safest place in the world. My reply to that usually is, yeah, safe, but incredibly boring. It's very boring. Nothing happens. You don't see anything kick off ever because as soon as something kicks off, right? It's, say you're in a bar or you're on the street and someone gets angry or there's some argument or something happens, right? Initially, you'll see that rage, right? That anger building up. They'll be like, "Ah!" And then they'll look, oh, 'cause they know they can't do anything. Everything's tracked. So everyone has to be on their best behavior at all times. It leads to an extremely watered down, diluted society. It's boring, very boring. Um, I need to get myself to fun countries just to feel a little bit of danger. Nothing like walking through Glasgow at 2 o'clock in the morning by yourself through the city center, right? And into the schemes. Be the same, probably doing the same thing in Harlem, right? Walking by a nightclub in Harlem at 2 a.m., right? Nothing like it. You feel your heart beating, tingles in your fingers. Someone shouts something, you're not sure if they're there. Someone's walking behind you. You don't know what's going to happen. No, can't. We can't lose that. That's part of being an adult, right? Knowing how to deal with dangerous situations, how to get out of that choice of if you want to go there or not. Also, as part of being an adult and making good choices and not bad choices. We don't want these choices to be made for us. Anyway, back to this handsome man here. Amazon-driven risk rallies colliding with sharp wobble in NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA is wobbling. We're happy to see that. Good. They are now the market cap of NVIDIA is now larger than Germany. Yep, putting the AI BTC beta trade that lifted crypto back under scrutiny. Well done. You have made an economy larger than Germany. Good job. So this looks like FUD. Always good. A bit of FUD. We have Maclass, Masklack 555. Yo, Richie, let's go. And we have CIA originally funded Palantir. Ooh, the plot deepens. And also, flock safety is being used to track cars, and now cops often bother folks simply because of where they're traveling. It's a poor tool for crime. True. But things can only get better. It's the thing with technology. It can only get better. Can't get worse. Amazon's $50 billion investment in AI and supercomputing infrastructure initially boosted market sentiment, but faced resistance as NVIDIA shares fell. Bitcoin's price remains stable but lacks momentum, with liquidity shifting towards assets like Solana, as I was saying. And Ethereum amid market uncertainties, Solana is currently outperforming Bitcoin. Interesting, right? Gold prices following comments from a Fed governor support a potential December rate cut. Everyone's waiting for this, the December rate cut. Like, come on. I don't think it's really going to affect Bitcoin that much. Enhancing its appeal over interest-bearing assets. Turn on the printers, essentially. So I think this is a big nothing burger, basically. Until NVIDIA stabilizes, BTC upside will remain capped by risk budget constraints. I want Bitcoin to be unrisked from NVIDIA and AI tech. I don't think there's much that links Bitcoin to NVIDIA at all. NVIDIA is a company that produces chips. Bitcoin is digital freedom. They're completely different. Completely different. NVIDIA is going to enslave humanity with their AI chips and lead to mass unemployment. And Bitcoin's going to free people from that. So they're completely different. They need to separate. That needs to be separated. But at the moment, they're not. Bitcoin holding the high of 87 range after Monday's AI-driven rebound, but it hasn't built meaningful momentum or attracted the safety bid despite the broader risk wobble. Bitcoin is not AI. It's not. Ether is edging higher alongside rotation flows, holding above the mid 2,900s as traders favor assets with clear catalysts, even while Bitcoin stalls. Yeah, so S&P, Nvidia is stalling. Let's have a look. We'll see. Go to Yahoo Finance or something. See what Nvidia is. Maybe possibly down still. That'd be good. Short Nvidia. Short the hell. All the way down. Short them all. S&P up 0.36%. Google's TPUs versus, there you go. Google versus Nvidia. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off track here. Next news story. Death Cross. Dun, dun, dun. Lots of fun today, huh? Death Cross, 96,000 rebound, 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. So this is 2 days old, but it's for the week. So I thought we'd go through a little bit of it. Bitcoin emerging from the wreckage. Is Bitcoin emerging from the wreckage? So I was actually looking at this. Of course, the wreckage being the market dump from 125,000 down to what, 82,000? Yeah, 82,000. That would be the wreckage, right? Following its local low of 80,000, Bitcoin remains highly uncertain as the November monthly close approaches. So if I was looking at this, let's go to, yeah, right. We need to zoom out a lot more than a 1 minute to see this. Possibly the 1 hour. We'll go more daily. Right. So we're looking at what's happened here. This is 2021. Should be right. 2021. This is now, right? We're now. We did see in 2021, we had a double top, right? We have had a double top right here. There is a significant longer amount of time between the double top that we experienced here and here, right? This being from July 15th to October 15th would be this double top, right? We did move around 100 around about here. So this could possibly also be seen as the double top. Anyways, then we saw the decline. So we saw this dump, free fall all the way from 67, 70,000, right? Let's say 60, 67, right? 67 all the way down to 33, right? There was a relief rally. We did see if we zoom in on 2021, right? So we're coming down, we're crashing. Richie's still buying. I'm buying Bitcoin right here. I'm buying like a maniac. I'm like, yeah, Bitcoin's cheap, right? And we get down 32%. And then we did have the dead cat bounce, the relief rally, right? Which came up and we pumped about 13% over the space of about 20 days. So it's just over 2 weeks of pumping, right? So from January 31st, I would say the first of, what's happening here? From, the 19th of December all the way to 29th of December. Yeah, so about 1 week to 2 weeks, there was upside. And then we had the horrible dump down again of another 22%, right? And we had yet another time of a raise up in market cap of 12%, right? This time. This continued. And that was from the 7th of January till the 21st of January. Again, around about 2 weeks, right? After that point, we had another destructive, horrible 21% dump, right? That brought us all the way down to 30,000. And that was pretty much when everyone agreed, okay, the party's over, time to move on. And the bear market commenced. So this was bear season coming across here, all the way, until we eventually floored down to 15,000, right? So this is a space of about a year, 25th of January, 2022 to February, January. So that's a year here from finally giving up, essentially. We did see a nice pump back, which did bring more hope for the market, and that was a 30% pump over 70 days, right? Over about 2 months, we did see a pump back from that bottom stage. But we're nowhere close to that, right? So if we come to what's happening now, right, in 2025, we've had the double top, possibly. It was either this and this or this and this, right? There's two ways to look at it. And now we are in that stage. So if I zoom back in on this area that I was paying attention to, this is tiny compared to the movements that were being made before. We probably, if we compare this pump, this relief pump everyone's going on about, right? This is 5%. We've got 5% relief pump, basically. We've had another one here. It's 5% relief pump. That's nothing compared to what we saw in 2021 in terms of recovery, right? Just to hit that home again, this relief pump here hit up. That was 13%, right? So double, almost triple the size of a relief pump. The drawdowns we're seeing, because this was all extremely fast, it's incomparable unless we take it as, this, take the whole movement down, and this is the 30% drop, right? So it's very comparable now to what we had in 2021. That, if we're following the same market cycle, that would mean that this relief rally needs to continue up. We need more movement up here, right? We need much more movement up before we can continue back down. It has to be, 15%. That would bring us up to 95, right? 95,000. And then from 95,000, collapse down 20%, right? If we're going to follow the same metric. We can't just slow bleed down. Doesn't make any sense. It's not what Bitcoin does. That's my opinion. None of this, by the way, is financial advice. I should have said that at the start, or I'll get demonetized, or YouTube will hurt me. This is not financial advice. Just a guy in a room talking about Bitcoin and the news and what's happening with the price action at the moment of the assets that we know and love, called crypto. I'm not paid by anyone to talk about it. I don't want your money. You just can learn from this education. You can take what I'm saying as good advice, or you can tell me to piss off. I don't mind. Go on, in the comments, piss off Rich. Go for it. Everyone tell me, piss off Rich. I love it. So on the short time frame, Bitcoin is looking good now. Is it now? This is hopium. Here we have Dan Trades Crypto. Bitcoin, it is clear by now that Bitcoin has fully lost its bull market support band. This had roughly been supporting price all cycle with a few smaller deviations below, but this recent move down has made it so there's over a 20K gap to get back to the band. Yep. I don't disagree. You can see from this chart here that was from 2 days ago, the relief bounce that we're seeing isn't really even showing because it's such a small relief bounce. It's a very small one. BTC price faces death cross. A death cross. Okay. The coming days will form a key test for Bitcoin market strength as the price emerges from a classic bear signal on daily timeframes. The latest death cross of BTC USD formed when the 50-day simple moving average SMA crosses below the 200-day equivalent. Here we have it here. It's 200 in blue and the 50 in red, and they're crossing. Never cross the streams. We know that. As Gen Z, you know that. Never cross the streams. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Unless, it's an absolute emergency. Its implication vary according to where Bitcoin is in its price cycle, but under current conditions, a major recovery is sorely needed to prevent a lengthy downtrend. Note, prior death crosses marked local lows in the market. Commentator Benjamin Cowan wrote in a post on topic this week. Last week, okay? It's a lot of Thanksgiving brings back old data. Interesting. The coming US macro week may be shorter than usual due to Thanksgiving holiday, but traders will have little time to rest. The knock-on effect of the government shutdown means that a backlog of economic data is making its way to the market. Each print can impact sentiment and asset performance. This is the Fed rate probabilities for December meeting. Wow. So this is the probability of turning on the printer, I'm guessing. Just have a printer emoji right on this guy with, they will be pulling that money. Buying pressure is rising. Apparently, I don't see it. I don't see buying pressure rising at all. Well, that's pretty much clocking out the Bitcoin news. Last one is Texas becomes the first state to buy Bitcoin. What happens next? Yeah, so Texas bought some Bitcoin. Good job, Texas. Congratulations. They bought $10 million of Bitcoin. We have Live Dean trying to get in contact with you. You should try and Telegram. My Telegram is in the description of this YouTube video, or you can come into any of our group chats, Sui Trump or SuiDex Telegram chats. You can find me there. I'm always hanging out there. That's what I'm doing. Find me there. Texas buys 10 million dollars of Bitcoin, becoming the first state to do so. They used an ETF, institutional money coming into Bitcoin more and more. Great. I'm not happy about this at all. Texas develops its long-term custody framework. Analysts say the move could inspire wider state adoption of digital assets. Sure. Could. Great. I mean, the risk to reward ratio of getting states, countries, treasuries all buying Bitcoin is, of course, can they deal with a 60% drop in the price of their investment? Can they deal with it? Do they understand what they're buying? And if they can't, then a 60% drop will turn into a 70, 80, 90% drop if they all decide, first to the lifeboat syndrome of all these institutions, states, and countries buying into Bitcoin and then suddenly realizing, actually, we don't want to hold this anymore. It's way too risky. God, I don't have big boy pants. I'm going to have to get out of this trade. And they all dump it at a loss. And then it just drives Bitcoin to lower than the market, the 4-year structure is supposed to be allowing for Bitcoin to go, So it does make me quite cautious about the future for Bitcoin. Oh, no, we rebounded. See? Look at that. Stalled. Again. Jesus. I'm not getting a trade here, man. There's no trades. What are we going to do? Anyone here trading? Long, short? Doing anything? How are you playing? I do have a pretty good long just for Bitcoin because I do think that eventually we're going to go down, but I think I'm going to eat some loss until it turns green into profit. Did that. Okay, I'll check that after the stream and see what's up. See what's up there. Right. Let's get into some other news then. Let's talk about Sui. I love Sui. It's love and hate at this point, though. So much great technology on Sui, right? Sui art is a great coin. Completely nothing really like it. A great development team, so fast, so smooth, easy to onboard. But things seem to happen a lot on Sui where crypto can't really understand what is going on, right? If we come to Sui ecosystem, Sui price today, by the way, is $1.50. Like everything today is pretty much unmoved. Has come down massively on the year. $5 to $1.50. Could be an epic buy. I'm thinking Sui down to $1 eventually if the bear hits, possibly 60 cents. If we don't go into bear, if we go back to the bull, then I think we should be able to reclaim the $3 price tag quite easily with momentum behind Sui and what they're bringing out. So if we come and look at the Sui ecosystem coins, I was writing about this on Telegram today. I've been in contact with CoinGecko because they're getting kind of annoying. So CoinGecko have somehow managed to break how they track only Sui coins. Only Sui. No other chain has this issue, right? So the first one I noticed was Lorenzo Rat Bitcoin, market cap of 273 million, with a daily volume of $2. So it's a $273 million coin with $2 of trade volume, which didn't seem right, but I took them for their word, and CoinGecko said this is correct. So I checked it, and actually this one is actually correct. This coin is kind of dead. But then coming down, we see more on Sui. We have Alpha, right? AlphaFi, which is a very successful and large volume project on Sui. It is $6 million market cap, trade volume $2.04. How? Impossible, right? So I emailed CoinGecko and told them about this. And I said, if you look at the 7-day, there's been basically no market movement on this coin's chart since November 22nd, right? And if we come to check Deck Screener, right? we're going to see the same chart pop up for Alpha Stake Sui, right? Same pool. And you can see that their chart since 22nd of November has moved incredibly from all time up 21% and then down and then back to where it was before, right? So it's had a huge up and down movement. The volume today is $15,000 on this pool. So I don't understand how the alpha pool, which is the same pool, right? We can come here to markets, right? Alpha stake Sui pool is not updated for 3 days because there's no trades in the last 3 hours, right? So I told CoinGecko this. I said, you can check these links and everything. They said, no, the reason that that pool is not being traded is because there've been no trades made on that pool in the past since November 22nd. So I said, okay. So I went back and I checked another one. So, okay, it's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? Because if we come then to other ones, we have Bucket Token, Sui AI, But the Pug, Tardy, right? There's 4, all of them $1, $12, $100, $52 a volume, right? These are $700,000 market cap coins. So come Bucket, check out what's going on there. So no one's traded Bucket. Since when? Oh, November 22nd. Interesting. Okay, so no one's trading this one either. Nice to see. Okay, so we come and we check what their market is. They have one on Cetus, but Sui, you can go to their live chart. Nothing's happened for 3 days, remember? Nothing, right? So we come to the live chart. We find but, bring it up. And yep, you see here in the tracking, November 22nd, nothing has happened. No one has bought or sold since November 22nd. Chart is moving only on the the whiff of buts. We can get the contract address here. We can take it over to Dex Screener. We can paste it in. And you see volume, $1.4 thousand worth of volume. But on Sui, on Cetus, the exact same pool that CoinGecko says is broken is working perfectly fine. This is across the board. I'm telling you this because, of course, Sui Trump is not being tracked on CoinGecko right now. And it's nothing to do with how or, what we're doing, I don't think. But yeah, it's not being tracked. So Sui Trump has not been tracked since November 22nd. Same problem. We come to our markets and they are not tracking any of our liquidity pools. Trades have been happening. Things have been going on, as always with Sui Trump, but nothing is being tracked. I contacted CoinGecko again, told them they were wrong in the nicest way possible. I told them that they're wrong because, we can come and see the Sui Trump chart. What's going on with Sui Trump? Is the chart dead? So we have November 22nd here. Since November 22nd for Sui Trump, we are up 37%. I don't know what to say. You can check out the message in the Telegram for Sui Trump. We have here. I have added topics to this because we were getting really botted, completely botted. And you can see here the amount of buys coming for Sui Trump on the bot are getting insane. So I decided to move Sui Trump in the topic group. So for talking, please use the top group, which is this one here. For seeing the buy action on the bot, and also the raffle bot will be running in here when we start a new raffle. And for anything that's happening on X, you can check out here as well. It's an old one that has resurfaced. Same time over on SuiDex, we have the same thing. So at the top, we have chat and announcement where anyone can talk in here. We have the buy bot room, which is firing off with our bots. We have 2 bots in here now. We have the biggest buy bot for SuiDex. We're going to be talking about that very soon. It's getting hot. I've been kicked out the leaderboard, actually. People are buying more than me. We have the announcements, chats and announcements here, and buy bot in here. So you talk in the top one, watch the bots in the second one, and if you have any problems on SuiDex, you can ask about it in the user support section as well. So it's important stuff there. So for Sui Trump, I'll just keep emailing CoinGecko and see if they can see my logic. I can't see why they don't understand that it's an issue because these projects work really hard. We work super hard to get Sui Trump on CoinGecko. So they got to start tracking us properly. It does affect our bullish momentum as well. Our dominance, our goal to take over Sui, become the biggest, baddest meme coin that Sui's ever seen. We need CoinGecko on board to do that. We need everyone on board to do that, right? Let's go to SuiDex and see what's happening with the competition. Competition we are running. We'll come to X. We'll have a look at it. Okay. It's heating up nice. 1 million victory plus 200 Sui Trump dollars worth of Sui Trump is to be won, right? With our competition. I'm going to explain it right here, right? SuiDex Biggest Stake leaderboard, 6 days to go. Now 5 days to go. I'm going to have to put out another tweet. 1 million victory prize, which was $2,500, I believe, because our price has gone up. Number go up. The buy competition plus bullish market sentiment is raising the price of victory, which is nice to see. Victory has gone up to 2 and an 8. Good. So we're up slightly. We're continuing to get higher. I want to get back to that 3. That would be great. So we're slowly coming up. There's the price here. The chart broke. I noticed earlier today. Yeah, the chart went mental. We will have a real chart soon. Promise. We will have a real chart. For now, just you can track it by how much you're earning, and the price is right here. So you can track the price right here as well. Now, prizes which are going up is 1 million victory token. First prize is going to get the largest bag. He gets 550,000 victory token. It is vested every day for 30 days, right? So we cut it up into 30 pieces and we vest it to you daily for 30 days. You don't need to do anything. It's going to come straight into your wallet. This is for protecting the price of victory. After 30 days, you get your 550,000 victory token, and everyone else in the community knows that you're not just going to dump it in a oneer, right? So that's why we're vesting. We're vesting all the prizes. So second, third, fourth, and fifth makes up the rest of the million. So we, of course, you know how competitions work. We're just going to break it down. You can track the competition by coming to the SuiDex Telegram. We have, some advertisements for it right here. Deposit victory token and compete. Win 1 million victory. The pool prize is around about 2,500, depending on victory's price, of course, and you can join the Telegram here. We set the price at the beginning of the competition, so it could go up or down, depending on how victory coin does in the week-long competition. Understand that, okay? You can join the Telegram there, then you're going to be brought to the bot section where you can come into the SuiDex room. You can go to buy bot room, and that's where you can track the different stakes and buys. Here's a stake coming in for 49 bucks. He is in position 3 right now. So you can see he's adding to his stake to make sure that he holds his position. You can only stake into 2 pools to get the bot firing at the moment. These are the victory pools. So if we come to the farm section, let's have a look at that. So the 2 pools at the moment that we're running the competition for are Sui Victory and USDC Victory. Only these 2 pools, because this is a victory staking competition. Later, yes, we can add other pools too. We can do different competitions for different things. We have a lot of victory. We all have victory, right? Right. So Sui Victory and USDC Victory. We'll just wait for this to load up. This will be sped up. Once the indexer comes, come on, Stack Meridian team, and bring us the indexer. They're the team behind the development of the UI, right? We're waiting on the completion of the backend and the UI to get the indexer live so we can speed up the site and show all the TVL of the different pools on the decks. And we can also show the farm stats. We can show many things, right? Token stats. So Sui Victory currently 196% APR, USDC Victory 224% APR, very healthy. We have $53,000 now in the Sui Victory pool, and we have $19,000 in the USDC Victory pool. Very good to see. So these are both growing with the competition, which is good because more liquidity means we're going to attract more eyes onto the project. And of course, with more liquidity means that we can eat more price impact with more user bases, right? Liquidity is key, holders is key, farmers are key, fees are key, right? Everything's key. So the way this works is if you want to farm in either of these, so today, for example, we can do an experiment with USDC Victory, okay? I'm going to come here, I'm going to come to the farm. I want to farm in USDC Victory. I don't have any tokens, LP tokens, liquidity tokens to join the competition. How to join the competition? Well, you need to stake, right? Victory USDC. I have no LP tokens, so I just click here and I provide liquidity on SuiDex. It's going to bring me over to SuiDex. From here, I'm going to need a couple things. I'm going to need some USDC and I'm going to need some Victory. So I have Victory, probably have some more. How about we buy some Victory? Let's do that. Just going to send some USDC over to that, right? While I'm doing that, let's pump the music. and I'll get that done. Sorry, I've just got to send. We're doing a midstream transaction. Yeah, the exciting world of sending transactions. Send. Right. We'll do like $100. Bring it from here. I'm going to show you. So what's going to happen here is SuiDex is liquidity of 50-50. Yeah. You might be used to concentrate liquidity farming on Sui, where you're going to have two assets. But for SuiDex, it's not like that. We don't have two assets. You have two, like a range pool. I'm trying to multitask here. Never been good at multitasking. Can't even type in a password while trying to talk. Full retard. Okay, we got it. Yeah, so liquidity is 50-50, so you're going to need half and half of each asset. There's no range. Range does not exist, right? There is no range. The range is 50-50, so you can't ever go out of range or on SuiDex, right? You can only stay in range, 50-50. So if one asset goes up, the other asset goes down. One asset goes down, the other asset goes up. Okay, so that's our funds arrived onto the DEX, okay? So I want to pair up Victory with USDC. So to do this, I'm going to have to first get more Victory, right? So the best way to get Victory is to buy it, of course, buy yourself some Victory, or you can farm it, right? You can farm it, as we talked in the pool section, by coming into farms. Any of these wonderful assets inside of Sui Farm can earn you Victory, right? If you don't have any Victory, you could pair Sui Trump for 100% APR, Sui USDC for 141% APR, Sui USDC for 154% APR, Bitcoin with Bitcoin for 90% APR, Sui Wall for 80% APR, Sui and Sui, Stake Sui for 29%, USDC, USDT Tether for 53%, Sui Blob, Sui Shock, Sui Toilet. But Blob and Toilet are going to be cut this week. We're replacing them. More on that very soon. Or you can single asset stake USDC or Sui. Oh my God, 141K in here now. It's getting juicy. Or Sui Bridged Wrap Bitcoin. All of these can. I'm going to move more allocation to the Sui pool to boost that up. 141,000 in there. Jesus, someone dropped a big bag of Sui in there. These all earn Victory, right? So you can either stake in to slowly earn Victory. Then you can come to my position up here. This is where you get your daily earnings and you can claim them all out. You can claim out every second if you want, but it's building up every second. So you can see you've got 700 Victory here, 900, 300, 700 Victory, 60, 156, 700, lots of Victory. I've got lots of pools. I'm a yield farmer. This is what I do, a yield farm. But we're going to show you how to buy. So we're here. Let me pull that down. Right. So what we want to do is we want to take USDC and we're going to buy ourselves 17,000 Victory with the USDC. We'll come here to swap, right? This is just going to quickly swap. It's going to bring up your Slush wallet or Nightly wallet, whatever wallet you use on Sui, and you're going to prove you're going to get that, right? Boom. We're done, right? We're then going to come to pool. This is where we're going to make our liquidity token, right? So we add liquidity here. We're going to take USDC 50, right? We're going to take Victory 17,000. We're going to add liquidity right there, right? You can choose if you want to pair with Sui or with USDC, whatever. Once this happens, you're now creating a liquidity coin. This coin can be split back into individual assets at any time, coming back to the pool section and going to remove liquidity if you want to pool it out, right? That's completely feeless. But to use Sui Farm, there are fees. It's a fee-based economy. The Sui pools for the Victory pools for USDC and Sui are 1% fee in, 1% fee out. That's why you do get such lovely APRs from this ecosystem. I'm going to come to the USDC Victory. And by the way, the fees are used to buy and burn Sui Trump coin. They're used to put the Sui, that's sold into Sui, and they're given to Victory stakers inside our token locker, which is another part of the farm. It's a whole ecosystem. It's revenue share, right? By owning Victory and staking Victory, you own part of the ecosystem of SuiDex, right? Completely community aimed protocol. We have $100 here, just like we said, and 3 cents. Hey, I won 3 cents. Great. We want to come here and we want to add that. When I add this $100, it's going to show on the bot. The bot is going to fire in the Telegram group, and that is then going to tell me, right, that I'm going up the leaderboard, get in there, slowly achieving my goal of winning the competition. Actually, I don't want to win the competition. I'm showing you how to do it. Yeah, here's my stake. We have one stake, $99 it says here. So it's going to move around a bit. It's liquidity, right? $99 stake and the time. And I'm currently positioned as 7. Oh my God, I'm 7th now. I'm falling behind massively. The leaderboard right now is 1,692 is the current leader of the competition. Now, remember, that person is going to get 550,000 victory for their win, right? Which is a lot of Vic, right? A lot of victory. It's a big old bag of coins there. What's that? Yes, $1,500, right? Nice. So they're going to get $1,500 worth of coins if they win, right? And currently, the top staker is staked in with $1,600 worth of assets, which he could, after the competition, remove and go on his happy way with, right? So nothing is locked inside of the farm systems of SuiDex. So this is could be the ultimate Chad move here. He is depositing 1,600, 1,700, and getting 1,500, and the 1,700 is not locked even. So this competition is heating up. People are understanding what's going on. You can see from here, if it was a big buy or a small buy, this person only put 1 deposit in a victory Sui. Second place, they've put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate deposits of liquidity into their pool. Fourth place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 separate deposits into their one, right? So some people are really stacking, and that's the way to play this game. Come in daily over the week, continue to build up your pool with your rewards, consider DCAing into victory and growing that bag. That's the way to play it, right? We have Gianni in the chat. Gianni saying hi. Hello, Gianni. Give him a heart. There we go. Okay. Continuing on. So that is the news on the competition. It is heating up. Things are getting exciting. Let's just look into the token locker. You might be wondering what else you can do with victory if you're considering purchasing this amazing coin on Sui, right? Amazing coin on Sui, growing ecosystem of awesomeness that is the Sui network, the SuiDex ecosystem, the Sui Trump ecosystem, the Sui incubation of projects, which we want to continue to build and grow up with Sui. We're all going to get there together, right? The token locker is where you can single asset stake your victory coin, right? You can see I've got some lockers here. 3-year lock here. I'm 1% complete on this. I come in here. The value of it is $27, right? So after 3 years, this lock will complete. I'll get 100% of my victory back out. While it's in there, I'm earning victory. So I've got $1 here. Got $1 of victory. Let's claim that victory. How about we get some more coins? $1 a day. $1 a day. And we have some Sui. That's right. By locking my coins inside the victory locker, I'm also earning platform revenue. This is, I think, the only DEX and yield farm on Sui chain that pays you out in Sui coin without having to stake Sui coin, right? You don't need to stake Sui to get Sui. That's what I'm talking about. I'm everywhere. Gianni is everywhere. Actually, I met up with Gianni in Italy. We had dinner, met his family. Really, really amazing family. Very bright and full of character and really nice dynamic between his kids. I really enjoyed it. So it was nice meeting up with someone that I've not actually known for many years, but we never met each other in person. So that was a really nice experience. It was really great. See, I've got some Sui here, 0.2 Sui to claim. This is paying me in Sui for using SuiDex. You know, easy system, nice and easy. So that's why people lock their tokens. They want to get the Sui rewards. The APRs on how much victory you can get in the token locker are going to increase over time. We are pooling emissions over time from the farms into the token locker. Another reason why people want to lock their victory, because the longer you lock, the more victory you get. The longer the platform ages, the more percentage of victory is going to go into the locker as well. So lots of things to be aware of with this ecosystem. I have a couple locks. I want to get heavier into some locks actually. But at the moment, I'm into the competition, yield farming. I love yield farming. Here we have another $1 here. We have the Sui, we've got dollars, we've got everything. We're all good. If you want to lock, you can come here to lock tokens. And you can see the APRs here. So 197% APR for a 1 year, 264% APR for a 3 year on your victory coin, right? 1 week is 83%. Not bad actually for a week. You don't get SUI if you're in the 1 week though. 3 month is 86.4. Just come here, decide how much your victory you want to lock, and you just go and boom. See, I'm going to lock for a week. I'm going to lock, and we've locked. Done. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how you do it. I don't get SUI if I lock for a week though. You get SUI if you lock for a 3 month, 1 year, or 3 year. Right. Let's talk about the future of the farm. I did put an announcement out yesterday saying that I am going to be 86ing. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, you know what 86ing means. Let me know in the chat. What is 86? I'm going to 86 it. What's that mean? Anyone know? Ever watched Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay? Anyone know? 86 means that there are 2 pools inside of SuiDex which will not be in SuiDex next week. They're going to be, you'll be able to trade them in the decks, but they won't have reward pools. 86 means I'm going to be removing them, right? So we are removing the reward pool for Sui Blood, and we're removing the reward pool for Sui Toilet. They're going to be taken out of the rewards. Why? Because they're not attracting enough liquidity. $892 in Sui Toilet, $901 in Sui Blob. Both of these are not attracting enough liquidity, so we are going to get rid of them from the reward pool, where we're going to replace them with something else. This is nothing personal. I hold Toilet, I hold Blob. I don't have anything against the projects or the teams, but this is a business decision. We need to attract liquidity, and they're not working. So they didn't come to the party, so we're not going to continue hosting them, right? Essentially, we're going to be replacing them with new coins, 2 new projects, which we're going to be adding to SuiDex to replace them. Now, if we want to come to, if you want to know, since you're watching the stream, you're probably, here's the alpha, right? We have, how many people? We have 74 people across different platforms watching the stream right now, which is good to see. We do have projects on Sui right now working hard to try and get my attention to try and list, right? Because they want the reward pool. They want the reward pool, right? So we have 2 projects, Blob and Toilet. They have a reward pool and they don't even care. I don't think they give a fuck, right? So we need to get rid of them, right? We need to bring in projects which do want reward pools, who are going to try and bring more community SuiDex, more investment into SuiDex, people to see our other pools, to buy victory, to take part in the competitions, right? We do have projects like Thiquidity here, right? This is Thiquidity, run by the crypto arbitrist, Tree on Sui, and he's working very hard to get his pool, right? Get his pool. He has been an amazing influencer for SuiDex. You can see he is pinning SuiDex in his platform. He is a token developer. He's working with Man Bear Pig. He is talking about Burning Tree. He's talking about SuiDex. SuiDex, right? SuiDex, Victory Coin. That's what we want, right? We want projects that are doing this. And the other thing about Tree, which does make it even more bullish, I think we need to I go to Moonbags usually to see what's going on with Tree. Tree's been launched on Moonbags. So this is Sui meme coin. Will be one of our meme coin pools. So maybe. Take the hint on the alpha. That's what I'm saying, right? So we'll come down and we'll find Tree, right? So Tree is top market cap, hit about, I think, about 100,000 back in summer. It has taken a hit like the rest of the market, but the behavior of the developer, you can see here, adding, buying. Like, look at this. Look at this clean stats of continuous purchasing of his token. Full faith in what he's building. Tree is run by an arborist, certified arborist. You can see here all-time high was about $1 million market cap. This is where it really peaked up, and it's come down. And recently he's gotten very serious again about trying to get this going. So current market cap only $27,000, right? I have some Tree. I've been staked with my Tree for a long time. Got 17 million trees in this wallet, and I've earned some Sui. Got 1 Sui. Nice. Oh, 0.3 Sui, right? So at the moment, the Moonbags can pay you an APR of 3% APR, right, on staking your Tree in here. You compare that to what we can offer on SuiDex, or meme coins, for example, Shock, right? AquaShock, awesome project on Sui, 129% APR. So that's what we can offer these meme coins if they really want to, get involved with SuiDex and join our community and push. We help each other grow. So this is a coin which I think is going to be one to watch for what we're doing going forward. Incubation of projects with great developers and a great mission. Tree's mission is to save trees, right? They've got an NF tree NF tree collection coming out, and they will be donating proceeds of that collection to helping trees, right? That's what the helping nature. All good stuff. Positive project with a great community, and this is what we're looking for bringing into SuiDex. So good. Market cap, don't get put off. 27K. That means that the amount of tree that you can purchase right now and pair with Sui is very nice, right? Very good. How to buy? I do it on Moonbags. We can also probably now, because more liquidity has been being added, we would do it. Let's see. Hey, come here. Got tree here, right, on SuiDex. Tree and Sui. Can I trade? Look at that. I can trade. 0.919% impact. Buy tree right here on SuiDex. There we go. We're buying it up. Buying that trees. Boom. Right? So they've already been adding their liquidity to our decks, I believe. I'm going to check their liquidity. Let's have a look. Sui tree. Yeah, they have. There's 500 Sui of liquidity in here already. Look at that. Sui $1.50, so that's $750 to $1,400, $1,500 worth of liquidity already in SuiDex for tree. They already have more liquidity in SuiDex than Toilet or Blub bothered to put in. So that's why we're doing it, right? I hope you understand this is why. To exit this pool, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the withdrawal fee. So anyone in the Blub pool or the Toilet pool will be able to remove their liquidity without the fee, right? As a gift from us, because we didn't plan on closing any pools we open with, but we've got to pivot. We've got to pivot. We've got to do. We've got to pivot. Right. So that's pretty much the top down Korea. Annyeonghaseyo. Annyeonghaseyo. That's all I know, unfortunately. But yeah. Good to see we have some Koreans as well. Does Korea know about SuiDex? dex.suidex.org. farm.suidex.org. Link in the description. Check it out for sure. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Cool. I got it right. I can speak Chinese, Mandarin, and English, but my Korean needs practice for sure. Needs practice. Pretty much that's what I wanted to talk about. SuiDex, Sui Farm, Sui Chain, and their problems with CoinGecko at the moment. And yeah, again, we're just waiting for this indexer. When indexer for SuiDex? That's what I want to know. When indexer? It's the big question that I want to get answered. See if we have any bullish news in here from the team. We are getting great support from Nightly. It's a big job. Indexer's a big job. Yeah. To get back on call with them. I'm pushing as hard as I can to get it done, because I do want to get indexed. But we have to build it ourselves because Sui is so difficult. Let's check in with the chart again on Mexi. If you want to trade on Mexi, put a link in the description. You can find it. It's looking like I'm enjoying it so far, actually, compared to Bluefin. You do need to KYC to trade on Mexi, but they do have better tools available for you. If you come here and you check out, what they have on offer that you can use, way more than you'll see on Bluefin or the Pancake Swap perpetual dexes. They do have that cool AI function where we're looking at as well. And I still haven't opened my trade though. Did we break out? No. Look at this. Like, nothing's happening today, man. Where? Yeah. Look, it's just hugging my line now. I drew a line and it's hugging it. Like, let's check the 1 minute. We've got to move around now. Okay. So in the 1 minute, we're breaking out, just picking out that line, then we've dumped back down. We rejected at my line again. My self-drawn line of resistance, which just seems like an absolute beast of a line, really. Let's go into hourly. It's happening. Sometimes, you move around the time frames and the chart reveals itself. The future, we're looking at past performance, yes, but we're also, So the 200 moving average is essentially where I drew my line as well. We're hugging the 200 moving average. Bitcoin's deciding, is it going to break out of the 200 moving average? Is it going to dump below the 200 moving average? What's going to happen? You know, this is just touching it. Look at that. It's just prodding it. It's touching it. Just come on. We want $90,000 Bitcoin. We want it right now. I want it today. I want to make my long, open my long. I want Bitcoin to absolutely explode. But instead, what we're just seeing is this tightening and tightening of this range. So tight. Look at that. You don't get tighter than that. You do not get tighter than that. Come on. What do you guys think? Up or down today? Let me know in the comments. Up or down? Bitcoin going to 90? Are we going back down to 85? Or are we going to stay in this choppy range? What's going to happen? We'll never know. Well, we will know. We'll know tomorrow. We'll know tomorrow. But yeah, this was saying Solana outperforming. 24-hour change in Solana, 3.6. Up 3.6%. Crazy. Solana, man. Just never been a fan. Always gotten wrecked on Solana, but I'm still holding quite a big bag. Just the coins. Just the coins. Okay, here we go. This is it. I think this is it. I think this was going to happen, right? So we'll come to the 1 minute. Oh, we're going. We've broken. We've broken my line. Oh, right. I'm going. I got it. All right. We're in a short long. This is a scalp. It's all we can do. We can just scalp this. So I went in small, 10x. We're just playing around. I thought it was $100. I put in $10. God, Jesus. Well, set up our take profits. Can I increase this margin? Hope I can increase that. Yeah, nice. Okay, we topped up. Wanted $100. We missed it though. Oh, see that? Just wasn't focused. You really gotta focus in on this to win. Can I adjust my take profit? Yeah. Right. So if we can get to 88.5, I'll be happy. Right, 7%. Stop loss, always important. We don't want to get wrecked. Oh wow, we're moving. Look at that. Finally, this patient game of just waiting for this pop is possibly going to pay off. 885, I don't think it's on the cards. 880, I think we're going to get rejected before that. Stop loss coming down this range, 80. Yeah. 876. Super tight. It's a scalp, right? We're only scalping. We're gonna make 2%. We're gonna lose 2%. That's it. That's the game. Small wins. That's all we need. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We don't get stopped out. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch this. Hopefully, don't get stopped out on it. All right, come on. See, it's annoying because if I'd gone in with that 100 straight away, then we'd still be in the green. But because I wasn't paying attention, I only went with $10, then it's now fighting. My buy-in was on that pop, right? But my second buy-in was after that pop, which messed up the trade. That's the fine margin of error you're working with in this market. It's a very difficult time for trading. Very difficult. Well, I hope you enjoyed this catch-up today. We've been live for 1 hour and 19 minutes. I think it's pretty much time to wrap things up. Hopefully everyone's getting excited and getting into the victory stake buy competition. It is really fun, and I can't wait to see who wins. Then we'll do it again the week after. There's going to be an ongoing boosted yield program. We're going to have other games coming up as well on SuiDex to get people involved, not just in victory staking. Victory staking is the focus right now, but we will be branching out to other ones as well. So pretty exciting all around stuff. Are we falling back down? Oh, Jesus Christ, Bitcoin. We got up, we poked our head out the parapet, like, what? And that's it. That's his one foray above the 200 all day, huh? Is that it? Is that all we're getting? Come on, push it through. Get some green. Come on. No, I think that's the one pop we had. We got one pop, and a drop. Tough market. If it loses this 5-minute candle, we're back down, back on the line. We're touching the line. See this? Just gotta get. Come on, do not touch that line. Don't touch my line. Don't touch the line. Do not touch that line. Oh, you fucking. He touched the line. He touched the line. This is the 5-minute candle. We need to close this 5-minute candle above the blue line. This is the basics. All right. If we finish above the blue line, we might have a chance here. We might have a chance. Come on. No. Stop touching the line. It's like that button, right? Don't touch the button. There's a button right in front of you saying, don't touch it. Don't touch the button. Don't do it. Oh, he's going to press the button. He's going to touch it. Hey. Well, I'm going to leave you guys here and continue to focus on what is going on today. And I'll probably check back in tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Have a great day. Have a fantastic morning or evening, wherever you are, afternoon. And I'll see you in the next video. And as always, don't get wrecked. Peace. Goodbye.